this week I want to spend a little bit more time on the upcoming changes in the proposed tax legislation. I know I talked about some of the changes last week, but this week I want to focus specifically on one proposed change that is getting very little publicity, very little airtime, but can make a significant difference in how much aid you get going forward. And again, remember, these are just proposals. These are not signed into law. So whether or not this actually happens remains to be seen, and exactly sort of how they define some of the stuff remains to be seen. But the proposal basically is this, is that instead of basing the aid calculations off of what college actually costs where your kid is applying, they're going to base aid off of the median cost of the program at comparable or similar schools in the area or whatever, okay? Not really sure how that's going to get defined just yet, but it is a pretty significant difference. And now, so you might be thinking, well, that's kind of esoteric, right? It's kind of technical, so like I don't really get it, but it can make a huge difference. And so, for example, today, let's say you're looking at a $90,000 a year school, and let's just say, for the sake of argument, the college thinks you can afford $50,000 based on your financial information, right? Your SAI, or what used to be called your EFC. So the formula today would be $90,000 sticker price minus the $50,000 they think you can afford equals $40,000 of aid eligibility. Now, schools may be able to cover up to that $40,000 through merit aid, like merit scholarships or whatever, or need-based aid, but schools can fill in sort of, up to that $40,000 number. All right. But under the proposal, what they're going to do is take the median cost of that program or that major at, again, we don't know how it's going to define. It could be at local schools, area schools, competing schools, we don't know. But let's suppose that the median cost of that program is only $60,000, right? Well, you wash that through the formula, $60,000 for the cost of the program minus the $50,000 they think you can afford, you're now only eligible for $10,000 of aid, or up to $10,000. Okay, simple math, right? So here's the problem. If your student, or if you, for that matter, still wanted your student to go to that $90,000 a year school, you would get a lot less aid than you would have originally under the old formula, right? So now college thinks you can afford the $50,000, but now you're only eligible for up to $10,000 of aid, right? Those two numbers together are $60,000. Well, if the school costs $90,000, now you got to come up with the other $30,000, right? And you're not eligible for aid on that part. And so it can make college much more expensive, because for the more expensive programs, you're going to be eligible for less aid because the sticker price may be higher than whatever the median cost of the program would be. Now, it can go the other way, right? So let's say you're looking at a state school or something, and the cost is maybe $30,000 a year, right? And again, your EFC is $50,000, or SAI, I should say, is $50,000. But the median cost is really $60,000, so you could be eligible for some aid. So it may work the other way, like it's a little bit unclear, where you may qualify for a little bit aid, even whereas before you may not have, if the cost of your college is actually lower than the median cost. But, we're not sure. But this proposal is getting almost no airtime, if you will, and people don't know about it, but it can be very significant in how people afford college, whether or not they can afford college, particularly at the higher cost programs. So again, it is a proposal. It has not been passed into law, but it is definitely something to keep an eye on. As always, submit your questions, comment below, and I may pick one of your questions to answer in the future. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.